So, as I mentioned earlier, a student may have to attend physical therapy during the school day. They will miss portions of classes. They will have to go and work with a physical therapist. PT is meant to help the student learn specifically designed exercises that will help them use specific equipment and help them stretch the affected area. Uh, Main point of it, at least in certain cases, is to help the student learn how to navigate their school campus independently. So, an example of a goal a student taking physical therapy in class might have to meet is learning how to open doors by themselves in their walker or perhaps even in their wheelchair. Um, and then we have occupational therapy. Occupational therapy is more for younger children. It's meant to help students learn more fine motor skills. They'll learn daily living skills. Perhaps they'll work on learning how to tie their shoes. But taking it during the school day, a student might work on improving their handwriting or improving their typing skills on a computer. Assistive technologies that could be beneficial. Um, Speech to text software for a student that doesn't have uh, the range of motion to be able to write or type. Screen reading software. Communication boards for students that are nonverbal in addition to their disability. They'll have words or pictures which they will point to communicate. And then academic software is like maths software or science based software. Some commonly used assistive mobility devices that you might see in your classroom if you have a student with a physical disability is a wheelchair. Now, this is a push wheelchair. It's meant to either be pushed from behind or the individual can push it with the bars that are on the wheels there. But for a student that doesn't have the range of motion in their arms to do so, they may use a motorized wheelchair with a joystick, and those are also faster. Canes. The example here, these are quad canes, but there are different kinds. There are loft strand crutches, which are single prong. These quad canes here, as you can tell by the name, are four prong at the base for weight bearing for individuals that can't balance very well, like me. And then we have your standard under the arm crutches that you might see. One student may need only one cane, or they may need two, like I have here. And then here we have a posture walker, which, contrary to the ones that you see that go in the front, which are meant more for weight bearing and leaning, this one is meant to teach you proper posture as well as support you when you walk. Um, Student with a physical disability may use only one of these throughout the school day, or they may use them all. I did, because I could use my canes for exercise and my walker for long distances, and then if I got tired toward the end of the day, I could just sit in my wheelchair and do the rest from there. Some commonly worn assistive mobility devices include braces or orthotics to the affected area. Now, these foot orthotics here, AFOs, ankle foot orthotics, are meant to stop a student with something like cerebral palsy from walking on the inside of their foot because they don't have good ankle support. Prosthesis is, of course, worn in place of a missing limb. This is a gait belt. It's meant to help improve independent ambulation so that you can support an individual that is having trouble walking. You support them from behind. It's good for helping prevent falls. It's good at helping teach them sit to stand with their own weight bearing and core muscles. You might see a student wearing these as well. And now we're going to talk about me because, as I said earlier, I have a physical disability and another health impairment. I have spastic diplegic cerebral palsy, so both of my legs are affected. I had an at-birth injury, in addition to being born premature. Because of this cerebral palsy, I also have absent seizures. Um, I was actually in general education all throughout my school experience. And I actually got into SPC early. I started when I got in when I was 15 and started when I was 17. So I graduated high school with 8 college credits to my name. I was the first physically disabled student to graduate from Seminole High School with a standard diploma back in 2013. I had a one-on-one aide from preschool to 10th grade, and then I was cleared to be independent on my campus. Um, Received physical therapy in school from preschool to 8th grade. Received occupational therapy in school from preschool to 5th grade. And I love to perform. That is my favorite thing to do. I recently did featured vocals on an album with a local band called Cruel Curses. And you can see me over them with them right here. And here is a photo of me from the days when I did musical theater and I was showcasing an opera. I asked Professor for permission to talk about myself when I chose this topic because that's why it really piqued my interest. The fact that I myself have a physical disability and another health impairment. So here's just a little bit of personal insight for you guys that should be helpful, coming from someone that has the condition themselves. Hope you guys like that. And here are some resources for you guys to learn more about physical disabilities and other health impairments.